I'm assuming we here because you're trying to start a podcast. Smart choice. But let me give you some advice, some tips that I feel like doesn't get covered in most podcast videos. Meet me on the other side of the intro. Microphone, mixer, software, lighting, desk, blah, 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 blah. Now don't trip. While all of that is important, I feel like there's three things that you want to focus on before you even start spending money. That's your topic, that's your name, and that's your schedule. And make sure you stick around for the end. I'll tell you how I answered those exact questions to launch my podcast. Before you even go off and say, I can talk about anything, I watch sports, I watch this, I watch that, I watch that. That's great. We all feel like that, and you might just be able to do that. But when you're starting off the podcast, you need to narrow your focus to something specific that people will come back and watch and listen for you for. That's a lot of fours. Think of the people that you follow, that you subscribe to. If I'm subscribed to a Call of Duty gamer, for example, when I go to that person's page, I'm going to that page to get my Call of Duty fix or a gaming fix in general. I don't want to go to his page and all of a sudden it's like, yeah, I think Golden State is going to take it. And like, even if you know sports, I'm not coming to you for sports. So in the same mindset, you want to give your audience something consistent that they will seek you out for. Then as your channel grow and you get bigger, then you can start peeling back the layers and showing how versatile you are when it comes to different categories. I think it goes without saying, but then again, like I say, I don't really see this on a lot of videos. Your name. You want to establish your name before you spend $1. With there being so many podcasts, people will pass you up off your name alone. Trust me, I know. There are more than enough no filter podcasts, keeping it real podcasts. Whatever name you think is going to make you edgy and raw, it's enough of those out there. The last key thing I think is important for starting a podcast is establishing a realistic schedule for yourself. Until we're able to become full-time podcasters or full-time content creators or YouTubers, we still have a real life that we have to maintain. Honestly, ask yourself, how much free time can you make to run your podcast professionally? Hence the word professionally. Really break down your current schedule and see where you have time to record, edit, promote, and to release. All those things go into one episode, so remember that. Now in the beginning, I said I would give insight on how I answered these questions, and here we go. For topics, I'm gonna answer how I decided a topic and what type of show I wanted to do. For topics, I asked myself, what gets me passionate? What gets me loud or emotional or willing to debate? Because that's what you want the cornerstone of your podcast to be. Think about it, you're gonna be trying to put out shows weekly, and I can tell you from experience, if you're talking about something that you think everybody want to hear, by your 30th, 40th show, you're going to be burnt out because you're really talking about shit you don't care about. So really think about what gets you amped up. For the type of show, ask yourself what's more reliable and consistent. I chose to do a one-man show because at the end of the day, I know I'm going to show up and work, and I'm going to put in the work as if I'm getting paid a lot of money. If you try to go the interview route or multiple people routes, you have to deal with multiple people's schedules. You have to deal with trying to find people to interview, and then hopefully they take it just as seriously as you because you're not paying them any money. And you don't really have a platform that's giving them any type of visibility or promotion. So they're really just doing it off the strength. So I'm not knocking the interview style or having more people on the show. Just understand that that's some of the stuff that come with it. Now, obviously doing it by yourself, it's a lot more work and it has its cons as well, but at least I know that all my stuff will come out on time when I want it. Now, when it comes to names, write down all the names off the top of your head before you do any research. Just any name you would think you would want your podcast to be. Write it down. Once you get that whole list together, ball that up, throw it in the trash, and never use them. Then sit down and think about who you are and what you will discuss to guide the type of name you want. Once you find a category in which the name will live, example, a music podcast, go on Google and any name you come up with, search for it. If anything linked to that name pops up, don't use it. Once you find a few non-existent names, say them out loud. For example, my podcast is Who Got the Aux Podcast. New episodes every Monday. I practice that out loud. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Who Got the Aux Podcast. You know you want to hear how it sounds when you're going to be speaking it. Live with the name, but don't marry it. If it sticks, you have a name. If not, try the others that you found, rinse and repeat until you find one that sticks. The key thing about the name is you don't want something that people are already using. That's why I said get rid of those other names or any names you think is unique. You want to find something that is untouched, not on Google, and that way when it's time to brand, you don't have to worry about running into any obstacles. Finally, for your schedule, think about how many days you can actually record. Like really brainstorm, like how many days you would commit to recording a show, and then just do one day. As I said earlier, a lot of work comes with the show. You You have editing, releasing the show, promoting a show, and that's naming a few. Consider that combined with your current life to get a realistic work schedule. Me personally, I'll say start off doing one 30 to 45-minute show twice a month. Give yourself some room to learn and grow. Once you develop a system, then you can redo your schedule in the future. Like I said, yes, you need equipment and software, but it would be all for nothing if you don't establish an identity and direction. The cool thing about it is, no one knows you, so you can take your time until you get it right. If you like what you heard or saw, be sure to subscribe and follow to keep up with all the content on this channel. I hope my advice can be of use. Peace.